I think one of the great things about everybody that comes to this channel is not only the support, but from the comments, it kind of gives me new ideas for videos, new things to talk about, and one of them is going to be what we're going to discuss today, and that is Platinum Playbook. If you remember last year, or if you played the game last year, Platinum Playbook did not come out when the game initially launched. It came out, I think, late Elite, early Star tier, and we really didn't have time to prep for it. We really didn't know what it was about. What we needed to do, and at the start of the event, in the first two events, at least for me, I really didn't prep at all, and it kind of made the event difficult. And so someone asked me on one of the comments, what are the best cards for common? What are the best cards for uncommon so I can prep for Platinum Playbook? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is an amazing idea. We need to make a video. We need to talk about that, and I need to remind everybody, including myself, that we really need to prep for Platinum Playbook right now. Now, I don't know anything for certain, but I'm willing to bet that somewhere it's probably going to be somewhere around 25 or 30 million for your first 15 cards in the first Platinum Playbook event. Now, these are all singles. These are the salaries for every single. 1 million for a common, 3.5 million, 4.25. As you see, it goes up and up, and if you filter by pro, it only goes up just a little bit, 1.25, 3.75. So it's really important, and the reason why I say you want to prep with it for this is because the benefits of having a pro is very little on the salary cap and big benefits for your actual deck itself. So knowing what cards that you want to keep, what cards you want to pro, what cards that you want to start getting ready for, that is what we're going to talk about, and that is what everybody needs to start doing now. Now, I took this clip from last year's stream. This was actually my very first Platinum Playbook stream on my other channel last year. And I'm just going to show you what it looks like, what the start of it looks like. And like I said, I believe that it started, this event is actually for Star. I can't remember if they had one in Elite or not, but I don't think they did. I think the first one was in Star. But as you see, the first deck is 30 million for the Ultra Rare, which is why I'm thinking, since the event card would be an Elite, it'd probably be 25 million or so for a rare card. So the entire deck has to be under 30 million in order for you to actually play the event. Now keep in mind, when I did do this stream, I had absolutely no prep for this event whatsoever, and so I just threw in a bunch of random cards just to meet the salary cap. If anybody is interested and new to this actual game mode, check the description. I'll put a link for this actual stream just in case you want to watch it and see what it's about and see what it's like. But like I said, during this, I had absolutely no prep. So at the start of this event, you're going to have 6 players to choose from. They're going to choose 6 cards out of your 15. And one of those cards, you're going to be designated as the 6th man for your whole game. Now, there are 4 quarters, just like in a regular basketball game. And at the start, you have 5 cards at the bottom of your deck. And you get to choose anywhere from 1 to 5 straight plays that you have to win. You have to win the matchup anywhere from 1 to 5. You get to see the cards that your opponent has, so you kind of can judge if you want to pick win 2 straight, win 3 straight, win 4 straight. You'll have a choice of 3 different ones. It could be anywhere from 1 to 5, and it's just completely random. After you pick how many plays you want, you go up to the screen where you actually run your play, and for this particular situation, I only picked 2. So the 2 cards that are kind of highlighted, I have to win both of those matchups in order to get my 2 points. If I lose one of the matchups, then I don't get any points for the quarter. Now, what does the 6th man do? Well, as you see that little card that is kind of up above those 5 cards that I have at the bottom, above and to the right, each quarter that passes, the stats increase a little bit. You can use this card at any time in any quarter, but once you use it, it is gone. So it's kind of like a safety valve. If you can save it all the way to the 4th quarter, then it's going to have better stats than any other card in that tier. And at the end of the game, it tallies up the total amount of points you have. And as you see this particular example, I only got 5 total points for this. And that is how many draft picks you get on the actual draft board. Those little briefcases, I guess, on the top right of the screen, you see that it says 0 out of 5. Once I get 5 total resets is going to equal 1 of those little R credits on the left. Once I hit 2 of those R credits, then that means that the card is unlocked and I finally get to move on to the next card. So hopefully that kind of gave you a brief explanation for those of you that have played this game many times. I'm sure you probably just skipped over all of that, but like I said, the link will be in the description of that stream that I did. That was one of my very first streams for Platinum Playbook. So again, just keep in mind, I didn't have any prep. I didn't have anything. Don't take the strategy that I used in there as that's the one that you should use. Now we are trying to prepare before the event even starts. So that is what we're going to do. So like I said, what we need to do is identify what cards in each tier are going to be the best. Because obviously if I'm spending either 1 million or 1.25 million in the case of a common pro, I'm going to want to have the best common pro. And so here is a list. I did find this on Reddit. So for those of you that are looking for the actual list that you can have yourself, go over to Reddit. It is in the 2K20 Reddit page somewhere along there. I downloaded this yesterday. I went there today to try to find it, and I think it's just too far down the list. I couldn't find it, but anyways, it is there somewhere. But looking at this, you can see what cards are the best. Now, these are your total stats for all 4 categories without being trained. So as you see, we got Weatherspoon, Claxton, Forum, and Fernando as Fernando. As for the 4 cards that are all tied for 255 and up, another guy that I really like, ironically, that now that I say guy, is Kyle Guy, that is at 254. I'm going to show you here in just a second, and maybe what this kind of gives you like a general idea of what cards you should be looking for. But it's quite possible that even if they are at 255 like Claxton, maybe one of the other ones you like just a little bit better, because looking at the cards in your actual deck or in your album, in your inventory, you can see all of their stats. So maybe you want somebody that has good rebounding or good offense or good defense or something like that. So you can look through the stats of each of the players so you can kind of get a better idea of what you're actually looking for. Like I said, Weatherspoon, I thought he was really good. And one of the reasons why I liked Kyle Guy is because he has 72 offense, but 73 total defense. Now that 73 total defense, as far as common goes, is amazing. I think it is the best defense for the commons anyway. Maybe the second best or third best, but I don't think I remember seeing a single offensive player that was higher than 73. So if you can have a card that is higher than 70, you know, that is all the offense is lower than 73, then you know that you're going to win those matchups. So what I think is a good idea, and what I'm talking about when I say prep, find these cards that you want, and then level them up and then pro them. And I would even go as far as using some of your supercharge keys to get that extra level. I have leveled up 2 of the cards already. These are 2 of the guys that were the highest at 255. Fernando, and we got Weatherspoon, and those are what the stats look like when they are all completely maxed out. They are not supercharged or anything. So I am going to do that. I'm just still trying to save the keys. I'm still trying to level up. I want to level up, you know, Guy and a couple other people, compare them all, and then kind of decide. But as of right now, I think I'm going to go with Fernando, Weatherspoon, and Kyle Guy. I'm probably going to do 2 or 3 of each of those, probably supercharge key all of them, and they are only going to be 1.25 million for each guy, for each card going into the Platinum Playbook deck. Looking at the uncommons now as you see, as these tiers start to get better and better, I guess when we move to uncommon, rare, ultra rare, we're not going to go that far just yet, because you should be saving all of your ultra rares already. you pretty much should be saving all of your epics and all of that stuff. I mean, there could be people that are, you know, maxed out with tons of elite pros already. But if you are one of those people, you still need these rares. You still need these epics and epic primes and things like that, because you have a salary cap. And even if you had 20 elite pros, you can't put in all elite pros for the first deck because of the fact it has a salary cap. So Alan Crabb for the top pick, I think for the uncommons, I think that's a good choice. There are a couple others that I think, the Thon Maker for his defense, his rebounding. There's another one, Gorga Bitsadezi. I really like him as well. I think I remember seeing that Patrick Patterson might have had the best defense out of all of them on the thing, and he has really good rebounding. Okay, playmaking. Crab is at 294. There's quite a few all the way down to Ben McLemore at 292. So there's quite a few to choose from this list. And just looking at the stats for Crab, 77 offense, 71 defense, 80 playmaking. It seems pretty well-rounded. I wouldn't say that it's anything great for one particular thing, but he does overall, I think, have the best card. Anthony Simmons, his playmaking completely out of control. That is one of the cards that you might want to think about doing. Having that really, really high playmaking really gives you options as far as anything that comes, because they'll do offense playmaking, defense playmaking quite a bit. And if you have a guy that has really high playmaking, that is definitely an option. The Gorga guy, which I actually kind of like. He is only like a 290, I think it was 292. 74 offense, 70 defense, 82 rebounding. Another one that I would think about doing. I think at the start of this, at least, what I'm going to do is at least plan on trying to do one, or at least one of a couple guys that I really like, see what the cards look like when they're pro'd up, and then make a determination how many of each I want. I think that as far as commons go, my goal, I am going to do probably 6 to 8 uncommons. I'm probably going to, maybe even more, maybe 10. Maybe 10 total for the commons, just because a common pro is only 1.25 million. A uncommon pro, I think, is 4.25 million. So it's quite a big jump from uncommon, or from common to uncommon. And then, of course, like I said, we have the Patrick Patterson, 79 defense, 80 rebounding. Both of those are pretty solid. If you've played this game long enough, you know that the AI loves to give them offense and you defense to make it really hard for you. So having at least one guy that has really high defense could be an option. Now, when it comes to the rare tier, you have loads of options to do when it comes to this one. Obviously, when you initially started the game, whatever team you picked, you're going to want to have that card as your actual one of the ones that were rare. If you picked the Clippers, the Lakers, Houston, Golden State, Milwaukee, man, you're definitely set as far as the rare goes, as the rare pro. 387 on the Kawhi Leonard, and you know the Kawhi Leonard is going to have good offense and amazing defense. He's probably going to be well, for sure, the best rare in the game. So if you pick the Clippers, that was pretty smart. Looking at all the regular rares, though, highest we got is Torrey Craig, and I have him in my deck. He is one of the guys that I use in R3, and I absolutely love him. He is going to be one of the guys I use for sure, because he has such high defense. Really good defense. Alec Burks is another one. I don't think I have Nasir Little. I don't think I've ever pulled him before, so I'd have to see the stats. Tyson Chandler is a really good one if you want good defense and good rebounding. I use Omari Spellman from the Warriors. He is another one that's really close to, 353 as opposed to 354. He is really good. I use him in my R3 deck as well, and he has really good rebounding. He's another big man. All the way down to the very bottom, Allen Williams, 353. So all of those cards from 354 to 353 is a possibility for you to use. Now, getting these cards, maxing them out, and proing them is going to be the challenge, especially when it starts coming to the rare and the ultra rare and beyond. Getting those dupes, saving those dupes, and be sure not to train those away. And just looking at the top few cards, you see playmaking or point guard, shooting guard, small forward, kind of very similar when it comes to the stats. But out of all these, I think Torrey Craig is the best. That 93 overall on the defense, really good, solid stats all the way around. The Alex Burks is nice. Corey Joseph is nice. OG, pretty decent, 93 overall on the defense. He's good. He is good for one of the fact that he's a two-way player. So during the rares is when you finally get activation. If you feel like using your focus and activating it all the way up to 60%, I honestly wouldn't recommend it. I would stockpile your focuses at least in the beginning. You don't want to be spending all of your focus and not have any to use for the event cards or foils if you get any of those later on. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend using your focus, but if you want to, you can get them up to 60%. Two-way player, which means offense, defense, +7. So that could come in handy. Like I said, Tyson Chandler is another one that I like. High defense, high rebounding. Omari Spellman, another one. The difference between him and Tyson Chandler, a lot better offense, which could come in handy as well. And then another one of the sleepers that I really like, Jared Dudley. And I like him because he is a triple threat, which means you get 5 offense, 5 defense, and 5 rebounding. So I think I'm going to go for the Jared Dudley, probably do a Spellman, I think, and definitely do Torrey Craig. Maybe another guy that has really high offense, maybe the max playmaking, which out of at least the top couple would be Corey Joseph. Looking at my Devin Booker, I do have him maxed out. He's pro'd already. As far as the cards that you get in the very beginning, he is not one of the best. I think he was ranked like 22 or 23, so quite, and I believe it was something like 15 points below Kawhi Leonard. So huge difference. I'm really hoping that in Platinum Playbook, they do not have those cards in there. If they do, that is going to be definitely tough to beat. So, of course, we do have Ultra Rare, Epic, Epic Prime, Elite. We do have all of those other cards to, I guess, we could talk about. But in this video, we're not going to go that far just because of the fact that I think for the majority of everybody, I think y'all save the Ultra Rare and Epics, Epic Primes and stuff. And you will need those. If you're planning on getting the event card, you could possibly need those later on. But as of right now and as of prepping in the beginning, you're going to want to do the commons, uncommons, and rares first. We will need to prep for King of the Court, but not like Platinum Playbook. It has a salary cap, and so once King of the Court comes, and that was the actual first event last year was King of the Court. So once that event comes, I will do a guide video on that, show you what my deck looks like. Hopefully it kind of works out the same as it did last year. But if you do have other tips, other things that we need, I guess, to recommend for Platinum Playbook, please post them in the comments below. So anyways, that's going to do it, guys, for the video. Hopefully you did enjoy. Hopefully you take my recommendation. I'm telling you guys, you need to start your prep for Platinum Playbook now. This, again, is another screenshot from the actual stream. I did leave that link below in the description. Go check it out. Go watch it. If you're new to Platinum Playbook, curious on how it works, the cards that you need. This was a little bit in the middle after I realized, like, the deck, like I said, I had no prep when I did this stream. And so a lot of the cards were completely garbage. Did not work out whatsoever. This was a little bit later in the stream as I got other cards, pro'd them up, put them in the deck. 30 million total. I think the very first one is probably going to be a little bit less than that, maybe 25 million, since this was for a star card in the very end and not for an elite. But yeah, start prepping, find your guys, pro them up so we can get ready to put this stuff in the deck. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. I will see everybody again very soon. I'm out. Peace.